Hi, I've got a master's degree in economics and I'm going to explain why Trump's tariffs will lead to an inevitable global recession, starting off with America. So the first things we've got to remember is this is an instant tariff. You've got the tariff amount in the right-hand side, the yellow bar. With income staying the same, so with a significant tariff of at least 10%, imports are likely to go down, which means import revenues are likely to go down. And that's an important point because that's one of the things that Trump said he was going to have to offset the tax cuts. But what about the fundamental imports, food, things like that? The cost has to either be borne by the consumer, which means inflation, or by the importer, the American companies. Right. What do you think most companies are going to do? Will they increase employment with an instant increase in costs, or are they going to decrease employment with increasing costs? And if employment goes down, less people having money to spend and less tax revenue going to the government for those tax cuts. With an instant increase in the cost of goods, you've got to ask yourself, are consumers likely to spend more or likely to spend less with the same income? If consumers are spending more, then that's either going to be from savings or more likely from borrowing. And that can't be good. If consumers are spending less, is that going to increase employment or decrease employment? And again, every time it decreases employment, that means less tax revenue and less people having money to spend on goods. So that directly impacts confidence of the spender. So I think, I'm not too sure what's going to happen. I need to save and not spend. And if people aren't spending, cycle downwards continues. In the long term, he wants to change the balance of the American economy. Market conditions has already laid out where things are going to be with near zero tariffs. And now he's trying to force the economy in a given direction, like a planned economy, which, in case you don't know, planned economies typically communist. The fundamental problem is, if that made sense for companies like Ford and General Motors, do we not think they already would have done it? So forcing inefficiency on these companies, you're forcing a higher cost to the American consumers to have it produced locally. Just as a case in point, China's doing sweatshirts and things like that. Do you want those sweatshirts made in the US? And do you think that the cost is anywhere near comparable? But if you force higher costs on industry, prices have to go up. And if income does not go up by the same amount, has to mean that there's less money to spend and less confidence in the economy, which equals a recession. Everything equals recession. Short-term, long-term, recession, 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 recession. Look at the Dow Jones. If you've got any doubt